Today we're talking about making NPCs that can have a profound impact on your players. If you've ever wondered how to create those moments where your players get so invested in what happens to another character, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, you are going to have a 6-step game plan that you can use to design NPCs and encounters that will stick to your players long after the session's over. I call this the Aerith effect. It's based off the iconic Final Fantasy VII character, Aerith Gainsborough, who is the perfect example of how a well-crafted NPC can have a profound impact on players. And here's the 6 steps that I use to do just that. Step 1, appeal to the players. Step 2, endear them to the players. Step 3, remove the NPC abruptly. Step 4, imperil the NPC. Step 5, test the players. And Step 6, highlight the outcome. By the way, my name is Anton, and I've been running long-form campaigns for well over 7 years now, and I've tested this framework on my campaigns, to the point that my players have thrown themselves into harm's way for NPCs that really started off as random side characters. If you're like me and you own a PlayStation 1 and you played the original Final Fantasy VII back in the day, then you, like me, also knew at some point that she was going to die in the game. But even knowing that ahead of time did nothing to cushion the blow for the inevitable that happened. To the point where I was spending hours chasing after leads and rumors on how to resurrect Aerith in the game to no avail. The point is, the impact itself isn't by chance. It's by design. And no, you don't have to kill off your characters in order to make it work. You just need to make them matter. Let's break it down. Step 1, appeal to the players. Appealing to players for assistance, whether it's a fetch quest or a personal favor, is a quick and easy way for your players to engage with this NPC. It's not about making a world-saving quest, but something that matters to the NPC. It's the difference between can you save the kingdom and can you help me find my missing brother. It's all about making that personal connection. And it gets your players to cross that initial threshold of relationship, which gets you to Step 2, endearing your NPC to your players. And this is where the bond between the players and the characters begins to grow. This is also where you can have a lot of fun. And I found that there's 5 interactions that work really well to create a bond between players and NPCs. Those are assists, which means showing up when your players need help. Banter, which is all about role-playing fun conversations. Charm, and by that I mean you give your character a lovable flaw or a quirk. A dare, and that's all about pushing your players and challenging them and giving them a worthwhile reward for the effort. And the last one is sarcasm, which gives you the space to make fun of your players and get away with it. And this is the place to really lean into the role-playing, take your time, and give your players reasons to interact with this NPC. The more connected the players feel to this NPC, the more powerful the impact to follow. And of course, this works best for long campaigns because you do have the time to build a relationship with your players. It can work with mini campaigns also, and I'll show you how later on in this video. Now, once you've got on your player's good side, it is time for Step 3, which is to remove the NPC abruptly. And here's where things start to shift. Suddenly the NPC is gone, or something about them has changed dramatically. The funny NPC goes quiet. The stern mentor suddenly becomes withdrawn, or maybe they just disappear. That sudden absence or change signals to your players something's wrong and it's time to pay attention. And once you've got them paying attention, it's time to Step 4, imperil the character. By putting the NPC in real danger. Maybe they're about to fall into a deadly trap, or maybe they're about to make a deal with the enemy. Maybe they're about to cross a line that they're going to regret. Whatever it is, the danger has to be obvious and the consequences crystal clear. This isn't a side scene. This is a turning point for your campaign. And it's here in this step where the seeds that you've sown in the previous steps really come to fruition, which leads you to Step 5, test the players. Whatever danger your NPC is in, this is the opportunity for your players to shine. And this is also where you shouldn't be pulling your punches. The challenge the players have to get the NPC out of trouble should feel like an uphill battle. It's not impossible, but not easy either. If it's too easy, the victory feels hollow. If it's too difficult, it becomes frustrating. But if you really want to push the boundaries, you can follow dear Aerith's footsteps and bring your NPC to an unfortunate demise. The trick is when and how it happens. The when can be anywhere you reach a major tension point in your session, like right before the battle commences, or even when the battle is turning in favor of your players. But beware. How it happens is critical. And in my opinion, I think the best way to do that is giving your NPC either a tragic end by being killed by the villain, or a noble sacrifice, like shielding a player from a killing blow. You know your group, so push them just far enough to make the outcome matter, because whatever happens next, Step 6, highlight the outcome. This is the payoff. If your players succeed, celebrate it. Give them a hero's welcome. Show how the small little part of the world where the NPC lives in has been impacted and changed because of their deed. If they fail, make that absence felt. Was the NPC a druid happening to tend a beautiful garden? Well, now you can reflect how that garden is now slowly withering away and dying. This isn't a punishment, but it's making their actions meaningful, whether they're successful or not. Here's the example of the Aerith effect in 5 sessions. Session 1, appeal to players. The NPC needs the party's help with something deeply personal, not just a fetch a MacGuffin. This cements the party's role as the protector and the confidant of the NPC. Session 2, endear them to your players. Introduce a quirky but lovable trait that they now discover because the setting is more relaxed. Perhaps they're interacting with a bald dwarf that happens to love hair jokes. Make up a story of how the baldness actually became permanent. You can go as long or as short on this as you like. Remember, what you're looking for is your players laughing at the banter, trusting the NPC more, or saying things like, I really like this character. Once you have that, session 3, remove the NPC abruptly. The NPC disappears, is taken, or something about them has changed. Start rumors about the danger that they've walked themselves into. Whatever you do, make the absence feel hollow, like something's missing because that NPC is no longer there. Session 4, Imperil and test. Once your players take the bait and run after the NPC, it's time to reveal how that NPC has put them in mortal danger and put your players in a high-stakes do-or-die situation. Once that is said and done, it is time for session 5, highlighting the outcome. On a successful outcome, your players gain some sort of prestige or some sort of reward or motivation that moves them forward with better standing. On a failed outcome, show how the NPC's absence has changed the world that they live in. Like in the druid example, the simple garden that they were tending now all of a sudden is starting to wither. You can also do this by having side quests and minor characters react differently to the players, whether sympathetically or even dismissively, or even create new threats because of the fallout that arises. Pro tip, steps 1 and 2 are actually interchangeable. You can appeal to the players with one of the 5 interactions, and with that connection created, you can easily jump into step 2, which is entreating the players and turning your NPC into a quest hook. Now, I know that's a lot to take in, so I've put together a free worksheet with some examples so then you can try this out in your own campaigns. It's on my Patreon, link in the description below. Now, I know this is not the only way to create NPCs that have an impact on players, but I'd love to hear what you have to think. Let me know in the comments below how you get your NPCs to impact players. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as it really helps the channel out. Thanks very much for watching, Game Master, and until next time, may your tales never end.